Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome in. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be a timeless reading for all of my Sagittarius collective. So keep in mind, this could be for any major Sagittarius placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and even your North Node. So if the message doesn't resonate, check your other signs and placements. But I feel you are in this massive reconsideration portal. We've got a lot of planets retrograde. We've got the Saturn square Jupiter energy building happening next week. And so I feel you are kind of undertaking this spiritual search. I felt like a seeking energy, a searching energy when it comes to your path and maybe when it comes to overall health and wellness. But I feel like you might be tempted. You might be tempted to just abandon the path because of maybe some unforeseen difficulties. And you know what? The path is never easy, Sagittarius. But I felt like you're just overloaded with a lot of burdens, with a lot of responsibilities. The energy felt very much like a 10 of Wands. And so you might want to protect yourself. I feel like you need to lose some excess weight, whether you're physically wanting to lose weight or you need to drop somebody like a bad habit in order for you to kind of step into a very pleasant energy. So really trust how you feel. But I felt this underlying competition when I was meditating on the energies, and whether you have feelings of maybe you're not ready to commit or you're dealing with somebody that is never going to commit to you. I just feel like this energy of like the flame's gone out. They showed me in meditation a flame dwindling down to nothing. And so maybe there is a connection here where you've lost its spark or you've lost the flame for somebody because of feeling overburdened. And so it's almost like your feelings are like non-existent for this partner. And so you might need to reconsider a relationship here. But let's jump into the tarot and the oracle messages and let's see what else needs to come through for you. So we're going to start off with the spiritual journey oracle deck. And so this really is a lesson, I think, in you finding your authentic voice. So you might need to speak up. You might need to speak up. You might need to speak out. I do feel the energies are asking you to remove the throat chakra blocks. And that does require open, honest communication. They're showing me the Queen of Swords. So you might be dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It doesn't have to be, but this is connected to your life purpose. And so maybe somebody's trying to take advantage of your kindness, but you are really being asked to change something. So what is it that you're being prompted to change, Sagittarius? Because I feel this retrograde is a major reevaluation of your life, maybe your work, maybe your career. But I just want to say, like, something more fulfilling is awaiting you on the other side of this. So speak your truth. Let's get some of these messages out for you, Sagittarius. And let's see what else needs to come through. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Like the video, comment on the video, share the video. It helps circulate the content. It lets me know you enjoy the messages I put out there. And it does encourage me to make more content. Okay, also, I just want to mention there was a membership side of the channel. There is a membership side of the channel, but I am revamping it. So hold on until September to join because you're not going to want to miss that. Okay, we get mental clutter. We get self-care and imparting wisdom. And on the bottom of the deck, I got spiritual places, but there's an obstruction here. There's a roadblock to overcome. I do feel very strong Scorpio energy. There's like the death energy coming through. I think you've spent a lot of time up in your head worrying. They're showing me the Nine of Swords. When we spend all of this time worrying up in the headspace and we don't drop down into the heart, clarity is never going to present itself. And so if you're in a situation with somebody where it's foggy, it's confusing, love will never be confusing. Honest interaction will never feel or be confusing. And so self-care, they're showing me the Empress in reverse. So you really need to fill your own cup first. You need to nurture yourself. You need to care for yourself. You really need to take care of your physical, earthly body. And so maybe this spiritual quest is a quest to overall health and wellness. So really watch out for things that are unhealthy, whether it's an unhealthy eating habit, an addiction. Really infuse your path with healthy choices. That's what a true Empress does. And I do feel imparting wisdom. So when we learn a lesson, we owe it to those around us, to those that we don't even know, to impart this wisdom. So I feel you're watched over right now by a lot of ancestral energies, whether you've got some crossed over loved ones watching over you or not. Connect with them. Listen to what these ancestors are trying to teach you, because I do feel there is a relationship here, whether it's a work relationship or a romantic relationship, or even friend or sibling or family. There's going to be some type of external tower, I feel, coming in to break something apart, because there is a situation here that is no longer serving you. So how can you cut this out in order for you to step towards your higher purpose? So I think you're like the student here, learning a valuable lesson. And when you learn the lesson, then you can step into a teaching role. Or maybe you're in a relationship here with like a teacher-student dynamic. And it can become very unhealthy as well when you're in those dynamics, because it can quickly turn to like mother-son, mother-daughter, parent-child dynamic. And then it's not really a romantic situation anymore. It will create unforeseen difficulties. So let's go a little bit further. I would like to grab with the Heart's Hidden Secrets deck next before jumping in with the tarot. So we've got an obscurity here. There is something here that either you're keeping secret, somebody is concealing something. I feel somebody's wearing a mask, and this needs to be purged and released in order for you to really step onto the healing path. And so you're going through a purification, a cleansing process. And so be mindful of those that are not being honest with you. So what else does Sagittarius need to know? Oh, we get longing, we get hopeless. What is going on here? I just feel like you're in this energy of sinking despair. You're feeling helpless. I think you're longing, aching, and wanting for somebody that isn't maybe reciprocating what it is that you're giving them. And I feel the energies are saying, release this person. I'm actually hearing, my nose is itchy. I'm actually hearing that song, Release Me, by Wilson Phillips. And so there's something here that needs to be released when it comes to a past life connection. So we have many past life soulmates. We have many, many soulmates on the journey. And sometimes we go into these connections, these past life connections, in order to completely clear away a repeated negative pattern from past lives. There's some type of karmic lesson here that needs to reach completion, that you need to let go of. And sometimes there's such deep soul ties connected to past lives. We ache for them, we long for them, but at the same time, we're feeling helpless and we're feeling hopeless, in a state of despair. And so something here really is falling apart. There's a new beginning trying to come here, trying to come forward, but I feel like you need to walk away from a past life connection first. You need to let go. You need to move on. You need to understand that maybe it's not the right time to try again. I do feel if you keep trying to start something over, and it's not working, and it creates this craving energy, there's a very unhealthy pattern here. And I do feel it's kind of time to head in a new direction. And so there's going to be the conclusion to a very powerful karmic lesson here. And so there's going to be almost like a final farewell, something here you need to leave behind. They're showing me the Ten of Swords. And so sometimes the betrayal is all the closure that you need to walk away. And so I think you're being asked to turn your back on a situation here. I do think you're being asked to kind of change tracks or get back on track. I think you're dealing with somebody where it's kind of been like a game. It's kind of been like a game. And this person that you might be dealing with likes to create confusion, uncertainty. And I think it leaves you in a state of feeling unsure. And so do not let pride hinder your progress moving forward. But let's jump into it a little bit further with the tarot. I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams. And so we get the Lovers. And we get the Five of Cups in reverse. And so there is a better way. There is a better choice. The Lovers is about choosing a connection from the heart. And so you might be presented with a choice between two. It's Gemini energy, which is your polar opposite. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. And as much as opposites attract, it usually doesn't last long term. And so there's a need to get yourself unstuck here. I think there's deep emotional inner turmoil here. I do feel the scorpionic energy clings. And so you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with a masculine Scorpio. There could be third party here. But I feel like you just want things to go back to the way they were. But I don't think they can. I kind of feel like the party's over. The fun is over. Maybe there was an instant sexual attraction. And I just feel like sinking despair. So let's do 9 cards for you, Sagittarius, and let's see what needs to come through. We got a peeker. What is it? We get an Emperor. I'm going to set that peeker aside. Could be dealing with an Aries, but the Emperor energy is about structure, discipline, logic, taking charge. There could be control issues here. The Emperor does like to control. You could have somebody here that is like a tyrant, or this could just be the energy asking you to take charge of a situation. We all can embody this masculine energy. So let's see what we got here. There's that 9 of Swords. There's that stress, the worry, the sinking despair. Just feel like the spark is gone. The flame has gone out. The passion is dying away here. And I do think this hurts. And so I just feel like you've held on to this for a long time. There's almost like a 6 of Swords at play here. And so it's like so much resistance to move on, because it's like you're trying to reignite a flame here. And I think maybe you've avoided this heartbreak, but we do have Lilith in Libra. We have the South Node in Libra, conjunct Lilith in Libra. And so this is creating a lot of indecision. The shadow side of Libra is chronic indecision. There is a situation here that is dead, that needs to be released. And maybe this is surrounding some type of an addiction, the craving, the aching, the wanting. So when people breadcrumb you, Sagittarius, and they give you just enough to hold on, but not enough to kind of soothe that desire that you want from this person, it does create a trauma bond. It does create almost like an addiction. And so it's really time to drop your guards. I do feel you've really fought long and hard for a situation. And it's just kind of time to open up the floodgates and to accept this ending. I think at one point in time, you thought this was going to be like a life partner. You could be dealing with the Pisces, or could have major Pisces in your chart. I do think you've probably self-sacrificed in this situation. We get the King of Coins, and we get the 9 of Pentacles. And so there really isn't a true pair on the board here. There really isn't. We got water, we got earth. Usually those 2 signs can coincide together and blend very beautifully. But I feel like maybe you walked into a situation after leaving a life partnership behind, and you got to learn to fill your own cup. This Queen of Cups has a Pisces necklace on, and so I feel strong Pisces. And then we get the earth energy, and then we get this single, independently owned and operated feminine energy. And so this is a lesson, I think, in independence. Maybe there's some type of codependency here, and maybe the codependency is materialism, is something about materialism. On the bottom of the deck, we get the King of Wands. We get the 4 of Wands in reversed, the Page of Cups upright, and the Judgment. And so it's almost like maybe for the last 4 years, you've tried to rekindle this. You've tried to bring back the passion into it. It appears like you could be dealing with somebody that is very passionate, but deep down inside, they're emotionally childish. Like they never grew up. There's some deep inner child wounds here. And the judgment call is saying, hey, you need to make a judgment call. I think you need to go almost through a process of what I'm going to say is soul retrieval. I think you're seeing things clearly. And so although this person might appear mature, underneath the surface, they're like a hurt little boy, a hurt little child, or switch around the characters, but don't cram yourself in. So I just feel somebody here needs to make a head over heart decision. And this could be very emotional though, but it's like spirit really is guiding somebody to speak clearly from the heart. She's got that green pendant right on the throat, and you see 2 doves. And so doves represent purification, Virgo energy coming through. And this is about going your own way. That's really what I see here. So let's clarify the 9 of Coins, because I do feel this is about breaking free and going your own way. And maybe then it will lead you to a divine counterpart. So what do we got here? Yeah, we got the Page of Coins in reversed. We got the Knight of Coins in reversed. We got the World reversed, and so there's so much resistance to this ending. There's so much resistance to moving on from learning this lesson. You're basically blocking your own blessings by not closing out a cycle, because I think, you know, deep down inside, this person really isn't loyal, isn't really dedicated. Maybe you've invested maybe the last 7 to 9 years, 3 years with this person. And the doorway is saying, hey, you got to get out of this situation. You got to make a judgment call. I think you kind of know, like, this person is never going to fully invest in this with you. And so you've got a big decision to make here. And so if you want to embrace the spiritual path, maybe you'll feel knocked off track. Maybe you're struggling with money, but it really is about rebirthing maybe cycles of martyrdom, cycles of, self-betrayal, where you give all your love to somebody and you don't get anything back, but you're like, hey, it's okay. They're a good provider for me. They're providing me stability. But are they giving you what you need emotionally? Because the energies are saying, hey, put your mask of steel on. Do not let this person see any of your emotions. Get in your car and get out of Dodge. It's really time to release this burden. There's that 10 of Wands. So I think you've carried this for a long time. I think actually that's what I heard when I first sat down to tap into your energy. The first thing I heard was naked and alone. Naked and alone. And this man is kind of crouched in the fetal position, naked and alone. And I think there might be a lot of fear about being alone because of a core wound, maybe with a father. But I think you've really struggled with this decision. Maybe there's a lot of people putting their 2 cents in. You really need to avoid outside opinions here and choose to do what's right for you on the heart. And I think Saturn, something about Saturn and this Jupiter square, this big energy coming in is really creating a lot of confusion and a lot of inner turmoil. And there you are. It's like, I know I got to walk away. I don't want to walk away. I just want to hold on. But it is blocking your spiritual path. And so we've got a full moon coming up on Monday next week. Full moon in Aquarius. And I think this is kind of letting all of the skeletons in the closet out. You're really going to have to face your fears. You're going to have to push your fears aside. You're going to have to choose a better way. I think you're keeping yourself stuck in a state of confusion and illusion. And I think you kind of know that you're dealing with somebody super shady here, somebody that isn't being honest. And so what I want to say is take the rose-colored glasses off, because whether you're ready or not, the tower's going to fall. And so the tower comes in to shake up something false. The tower comes in at lightning speed to say, hey, it's time to shit or get off the pot. It's time to go, Sagittarius. And I think you're really needing to have faith. And I think you're about to get a major wake-up call. You're definitely about to get a wake-up call. So let's clarify the 9 of Cups in reverse. I just feel like the last 9 months has been a process of back and forth. And the energy is demanding release this. So what do we get? Yeah, release this. That's the truth. That's the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. There's a need to create this balance in your life. I just feel like there's a need to put on a suit of armor. Do not let this person manipulate you. Do not let this person get you to try again, because I think the energies are saying go in a new direction. Find your strength. Break the chains. It's like this person knows how to hook you. This person knows how to get you. And so I just feel a separation here. I don't feel that there's any working things out. I think this has been a long cycle of dark night of the soul, depression, illusion, confusion. There's a lack of healing here. There's a lack of authenticity here. The star card upright is authenticity. This is a major separation. We've got Venus in Cancer. You could be dealing with a Venus in Cancer or an Aquarius, but there's a new beginning here. But you got to get honest about a loveless situation. You got to release a loveless situation, and I do think this is very painful. I do think this hurts, but you are a wounded warrior. You've got what it takes to block this person, walk away, find that last passionate one to keep going forward. You might need to take a break. You might need to start from ground zero, but you're definitely at the divine Y. You're at the pivot point, and you do have a big decision to make here, and I think the energies are saying, go. Just go, choose the higher path, and let go of these blocks when it comes to old, outdated relationship patterns. There's something about childhood wounding here that has really kept you stuck longing for this person. I don't know if you had to like beg your dad for love or beg your mom for love, but it's really time to take the rose-colored glasses off, and I think you are going to accelerate very quickly. But being in this situation, in this repeated pattern, is blocking your life force energy. So what is the closing message for Sagittarius? I think, yeah, you need to beam yourself up. You need to beam yourself way up. I think you've prayed. You've prayed for a solution. You've prayed for help, and the universe is going to bring that tower in to teleport you to a whole new timeline. And so you got to stop dishonoring your innermost belief about this. You got to stop dishonoring what it is that you know that you need to do. And do not let your feelings for somebody override your logic when it comes to making a decision that is best for you. So the closing message, Topaz. It's time to increase your willpower. It's time to increase your firepower. I think you are. You're up all night worrying. You're up all night worrying about the next step. I think you are encouraged to be brave. You need to overcome this obsession. I just feel like this energy of burning up the karma. And so action kind of needs to happen. You could be dealing with somebody burning the candle at both ends. But what I heard is burn the bridge, burn it all down, Sag, burn it all down. You are a fire sign. And so I think it's really time to stop misfiring. It's time to find your passion to dispose of a situation that has really not served you. If you're not careful, I do think this person can really bring you down, because I think they kind of know how to get into your subconscious mind. So you're going to really need to protect yourself, I feel. You could be dealing with a malignant narcissist. I just feel like you're dealing with a very negative person, a very negative pattern. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. It doesn't have to be. But it's like this person is like a concealed weapon. They know how to hook you. And so I think you got to kind of dig out this person like a spiritual surgery is what it feels like cutting the wound wide open. This person knows how to cut you. It's like they're a sharp edge that cuts you all the time. And I do think they know how to get you into that pattern of obsession because of the breadcrumbs. And so I think you're really questioning a lot of things right now, Sagittarius. And the energy is saying, arm yourself with obsidian, arm yourself with that spiritual protection, throttle back, because you're about to move forward. So I think like you just need to breathe life back into yourself. And I think once you move on, you will find yourself feeling a whole lot renewed. And that is what I got for you, Sagittarius. So if you liked this, if it resonated, leave me a comment below. If you would like to book a more personalized reading, check out the webpage link below. I'd love to get that booked in for you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thanks, Sag.